I recently watched all of the MCU movies back to back in chronological order for the first time. My eyes were open to exactly what makes them so good and why every other shared universe film franchise seems to fail. Seeing Thor and Thor the Dark World for the first time allowed me to make subtle connections between the collection that I'd previously missed when watching the films theatrically, and the reason for their success became glaringly apparent. DC recently tried to mimic Marvel's success with Justice League. However, upon its release it was met with harsh reviews by critics, and at this moment it is struggling at the box office. But why? On paper it shares several similarities with the Avengers. They are both a superpowered group led by a human billionaire who seeks to stop the destruction of the Earth at the hands of an otherworldly being wielding a mystical weapon of mass destruction. However, where they differ clearly isn't that apparent to many, especially Warner Brothers. Over the past 2 years we've heard rumours about Warner Brothers trying to brutally alter the production of Justice League, and when watching the film the disjointed plot and reshoots stand out more than Henry Cavill's Photoshop mouth. Bringing in Joss Whedon, director of the Avengers, seemed like a smart move, but not even the acclaimed filmmaker was able to save the production. This is, in my opinion, due to studio interference. DC have begun to retroactively alter the look of Batman v Superman, brightening it up to appear similar in aesthetic to Iron Man and the ilk. Recent streams on iTunes have shown that Warner Brothers have drastically altered the look and feel of the film, and it seems like everything is going a bit George Lucas. This production alteration method has carried over to Justice League, and when we compare the first trailer's films to the final cut, it's obvious that a lot of scenes were reshot in daylight to appear brighter. It's only upon analysis of this that you realise that DC and similar shared universe franchises have no idea what they are doing. Fact of the matter is, the Marvel movies aren't critically and commercially successful because they have quips and are bright. It's because they have a consistent tone throughout the film and focus on character development above all else. DC have already shown with the Dark Knight trilogy that they can make films that are dark, grounded and not child friendly and still turn a huge profit, so it seems baffling that they want to shy away from this in order to offer an inferior carbon copy of their competitors. Honestly, I don't find Marvel films that funny, and the fact that I can see everything that's going on in a scene doesn't make them any more endearing. Whilst Batman v Superman had problems, it still felt all part of one piece, and whilst there were issues, overall I felt the film did a great job of painting how the world would react in fear to a superhuman visitor. DC took a gamble, and whilst it didn't pay off due to their restrictions on the runtime, theatrically upon release on home video as an extended cut, many seemed to appreciate the film more. Switch over to Suicide Squad and Justice League where the backpedaling began. These films are a mess. Designed by committee, they aim to please too many people and in doing so please none. There is no consistent vision and the dynamics of the movie jump from one foot to the other trying to impress an audience that will most likely end up bored. Watching the Marvel movies concurrently made me realise that you could stop Iron Man 1, switch the disc over and begin watching Captain America the Winter Soldier, and tonally nothing would seem amiss. They all appear to be part of the same vision and could easily happen within the same space. DC can't even keep this consistency up scene to scene, let alone movie to movie, and it's the main reason that fans have no idea what is going on with the universe. Looking back at Justice League, I would rather have had the full Snyder cut with Junkie XL scoring the action in all its grandiose and flawed beauty than a mashup between X-Men and the Avengers films. Not everything has to be bright and colourful, and not everything should be. DC fans such as myself gravitate towards the publisher because of their dark nature. There always feels like there's something lurking in the shadows there, so it's disappointing that what I love about their universe is being dismantled in favour of an aesthetic that the characters aren't built for. Gone are the days when films were made one by one. Missing is the care and attention put into each release, replaced with a slate that is solely there to excite fanboys. It's style over substance, leaping with nowhere to land, putting the cart before the horse and planning to fail. Movie studios need to realise that in order to have a shared universe they have to build one first. not have one before construction has even begun. If I want to watch a Marvel movie, I'll watch a Marvel movie, and that's why everything else simply pales in comparison. Thanks very much for taking the time to check out my video. I hope you enjoyed it because I put a lot of work into it. I'm going to be running lots of video essays like this from time to time, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel and check out my review on The Dark Knight Returns, which I've just released. I'm also doing a podcast called Watching the Watchmen with my friend Tom Quee, and we read through each issue individually, deciphering the meanings and analysing the themes behind Alan Moore's work, and it's definitely worth checking out. Once again, thanks very much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.